Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. I gotta say, I'm sorry I didn't really post much in the last week. It's just that we have a lot of new rules and they keep changing. It's very confusing. But I have been studying the new rules and I think I'm ready to explain them to you. We're gonna have to make a lot more effort if we want to get rid of the COVID. Don't be a sourpuss, or maybe it means that you're a psychopath. Also, Joe Biden may have to appoint a reality czar to help us know what reality is, because we're all so confused. So before I start, I just want to say, if you like what I do, thank you for supporting my channel on Patreon, which keeps my channel going. I'll leave you the link below. And also, I haven't mentioned this for a while, but I still have these pouches which eliminate viruses, bacteria, fungus, and mold. And by doing that, remove odors, even very stubborn ones, from your house, your car. I mean, you guys know viruses can be pretty smelly. You don't want that in your car. This will make your car smell like new. Also, I have these tabs available. One of these is good to purify 10 gallons of water. So if you're looking for that, please check out the link below. 15% off discount, and there's no shipping and handling, even if you live in Canada. So, okay guys, I'm very confused. You guys all know this. You're very familiar with this by now. I know, well, Sonia's going to talk about masks. Like, we don't talk about that enough. I actually don't usually talk about them, but I'm going to talk about them today. You guys are familiar with this. The surgical mask, stylish piece of cotton, doohickey. Okay, well, it turns out none of these is enough by itself. What we need to do now is something that is called double masking. Double masking is the new masking. Look, I have this thing here. So I checked out my mask with this little microscope, and I discovered that actually there's all these little fibers in there. They're all going in different directions. I heard on the radio that's a good thing, because when the viruses come along, the fibers are going in so many different directions that it confuses them. I checked it with my microscope and I did notice that there were some holes. It's a bit like trying to keep bees out with a chain link fence, but it will keep some bees out. They're not all going to get through the chain link. And plus, if it's they're all crisscrossed in different directions, it's like the bees get confused. They don't know where to go, so they don't get in the holes. But I was scared, you know? So I thought, maybe this is going to be better. No, it has like, I think 2 layers. Oh, so much protection. I held it up to the light though, and I was pretty shocked because I see little sparkles coming through. So I took my microscope and I noticed that this one, it has a very regular pattern with little holes in it. So it is possible for the COVIDs to come in there. You know, it's the same thing with this one. So this is why we need to double mask now. Okay, so you have your doctor mask with the fibers going in all different directions to confuse the COVIDs. And then you put on your very stylish cloth mask, which will keep the COVIDs out some more. So there, whoa. Now I really feel like I have a diaper on my face. I'm fogging up just in my own house. I can't imagine having to go to work like this all day. Double masking, people, double masking. Okay, it may be that double masking is not enough. Feds now recommend 3-layer mask with filters. Oh, oh man, my ears don't even fit all these masks. Our health minister, Theresa Tam, had recommended that we also maybe stuff some paper towels. Oops. You know it's working when you can't even hear your own voice. Okay, let's put some paper towels in there. This is how it's done. So now I'm completely muffled and I should be safe. Only one problem, I can't really breathe so well like that. I can't hear my voice and it's affecting my mind. Okay, so 3 masks, people. Learn about it. Actually, if you want to be really safe, you can get this one. It's 1,000 masks in one. And it only costs $550. It's a bargain. And it's reusable. Like, how much money do you spend on these things? Probably a lot. Oh, there's also this. New mask tech protects wearers from COVID, the company says. Wait, that's so weird. What's so new about that? My mask protects me from the COVID? I don't understand. For months, you've heard that wearing a mask means you're protecting those around you But Sonovia says their new mask means when you wear it, you're also protecting yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Protecting those around me? I thought I was protecting myself also. So this is news to me. Apparently this wasn't good enough. What? Even with the paper towels? There is an active protection. The fabric actually is capable of killing bacteria at a very high frequency and also neutralizing viruses at a very high level. Wow, that's amazing. Oh yes, I remember last summer they were saying that the face mask stops COVID transmission by limiting how far your breath goes. You guys remember that? It says masked air particles travel just 3% of the distance compared to an uncovered cough. Yes, now I remember. But then reality changed, so, I just went with it, right? I do remember this, surgical mask not recommended for preventing infection. No, but it does, right? It does now. Well, if it doesn't enough with one, then you guys know what to do. You double mask, and stuff. You can add more things too, like if you have an extra pair of underwear, it goes inside. It's cotton. It filters out the particles. Double mask and stuff. Remember it. Double mask and stuff. Double mask and stuff. Oh, so glad I don't have to wear that all day. Oh my God, I don't know how people do it. Anyway, it's very important that you wear your mask, and also you might want to start wearing better masks, even outdoors. Okay, this is new, but I noticed that people are doing it. Like I went out today and I noticed a lot of people had masks on their face outside, and I felt like telling them, hey guys, you're outside, you can take it off now. It's okay. But apparently I was wrong. That's the new reality. So, I'm just going to go with it. I should go with it, and so should you, because if you don't, it might be because you're a sociopath. Sociopathic traits are linked to not wearing a mask or social distancing during the pandemic, according to a study. Researchers from State University of Londrina, a place I didn't even know existed, found that people who reported antisocial traits, such as low levels of empathy and high levels of callousness and risk-taking, were less likely to comply with COVID-19 prevention measures such as wearing a mask and social distancing. In this case, antisocial refers to traits that are typically present in people diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, which is defined as a chronic and pervasive disposition to disregard and violate the rights of others. Okay, so wear your mask or you're an antisocial fucker who violates the rights of others. Also, you should wear it because non-compliance with sanitary measures may cost the custody of your child. A man in Quebec lost the custody of his son after he made fun of people who were wearing masks in front of his kid. So not respecting and especially denigrating in front of your child the health measures aimed at fighting COVID-19 could cost the custody of its offspring to a parent, ruled the Superior Court of Quebec. In a ruling last December, the judge found the father's reprehensible behavior, who did not wear a mask and ridiculed those who obeyed sanitary rules, called into question his parenting abilities. As a result, custody of her son was withdrawn. Oh, I think they mean custody of his son. It's French. It was translated. So apparently there was a lot of issues and it was a contentious divorce case, but the judge specifically highlighted this as a reason for why the father lost custody. So take note. So the other thing you need to do is you need to get your vaccine, right? I mean, I know you're all on board. I mean, who doesn't want it, right? But you're still gonna have to wear a mask. Here's why vaccinated people still need to wear a mask. Basically, and now look, I'm not spreading medical misinformation. I'm just telling you what was reported at this time by a very reputable newspaper, all based on scientific evidence. New vaccines will probably prevent you from getting sick with COVID. No one knows yet whether they will keep you from spreading the virus to others, but that information is coming. Okay, well, since then, more information has come out. Israeli studies shows the majority of those vaccinated can be infected after the first shot. Early indications suggest that after vaccination, as many as 70% of people can still be infected after the initial dose. More data is needed to confirm the effects on transmissibility among the vaccinated. So they know most people can get it, but they don't know if most people can also give it to other people. First and foremost, we need to draw a distinction between infection and disease. The Pfizer vaccine referenced in this study has efficacy of greater than 90% at preventing COVID-19 related symptoms. Vaccines do not, however, guarantee protection from infection, and a vaccinated person can still become infected. My friends are telling me, oh, I got it because my sister has XYZ disease. It's like, well, maybe then your sister should get it, because if you get it, that's not a guarantee for your sister. But apparently that's what most people think. So here's what they found. 14 days after the injection of the first vaccine, there is a real decrease in the rate of infection in the COVID. Yay! 17 days after the initial dose of the vaccine, between 60 and 80% of people can still be infected. Wait, did I read that right? Wait, this is supposed to be good news. 14 days after the first shot, there is a real decrease. I guess it is a real decrease because it goes from 100, but it goes from 100 to 80 or 60. I mean, I think people were hoping for more, you know? There's another problem. Military task force warns that Israeli COVID variant could emerge. Report says mass rollout of vaccine amid ongoing outbreak may put evolutionary pressure on the coronavirus. Proposes quarantine requirements remain in place for the vaccinated. Yeah, don't get too excited and think that you're going to be able to leave the house just yet, just because you had your shot. In a report for the Coronavirus National Information and Knowledge Center on Saturday, military intelligence recommended that due to fears over the possible development of an Israeli strain, those who have received vaccines or recovered from COVID-19 be tested for the coronavirus and be subject to quarantine requirements upon entering the country. I did notice that, you know, the variants that they are so concerned about are UK, Brazil, and South Africa, which happen to be the three places where Pfizer did their first trials. And now they also have an American variant, the California and the Ohio variant. Just so happens that Moderna did their trials in the US. So maybe these military intelligence people are onto something. So, you know, you're just gonna have to keep making new vaccines and taking new vaccines all the time so we can be safe. Also, don't hug your kids. Yes, as you see, once you get your shot, it doesn't mean you're 100% protected. So you still have to wear your mask and you still cannot hug your kids. I mean, this is really bad news because I think a lot of people were hoping that once they come up with the great vaccine, then things will kind of get back to normal, but apparently not. I was trying to be optimistic and I was thinking, well, at least they're not giving us the anal probe. Well, I've got bad news for you guys. Yeah, turns out the best way to find out if you've got the COVID is to get the anal probe. Don't worry though, it will not make you waddle like a penguin. As a matter of fact, just in case you have to get the probe, I just want to show you what is going to be going into your ass. It is simply a small stick with a little thing on the end. It goes into the rectum. You'll hardly feel a thing, except maybe totally humiliated, violated, and traumatized, but your butt will be fine. They put it up there, they get whatever they need, and they put it into a very special container and send it to the lab. Really, it's not that bad. It would be a lot worse if it turned out that the only way to do a COVID anal swab test would be to use like a giant dildo. So far that hasn't happened yet, but keep your expectations low and you won't be disappointed. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been really confused. I think you can see why. Things keep changing. First the masks are no good, then they're good, but they only keep your breath from, you know, spreading and from you speaking moistly. Then it's like, hey, these things are lifesavers. And then wait, no, you need two. Wait, don't forget to stuff. Maybe make it 3. You get a vaccine, you think that's going to fix everything, and then it's like, oh wait, no, you still need your 3 masks after the vaccine, and you still can't hug your kids, and also your dog needs a COVID vaccine, and your cat too, and you might have to have an anal swab. I mean, it just keeps changing all the time, and the government is trying to help. So Biden may be appointing a reality czar. Good thing, because I really don't know what reality is anymore. I'm so confused. These are difficult times. The government has to do whatever they have to do. If they need to change our perception of reality so that we can be more cooperative when they're acting in our best interest, then they may need to appoint a reality czar. It would certainly help me when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh God, I don't know what reality is. I just open the internet, I see what the reality czar says, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. New York Times faces backlash for a report urging Biden admin to appoint a reality czar to combat disinformation. So maybe it was the media's idea. But there is definitely a campaign to help us all understand what reality really is. It's not subjective. There is such a thing as reality. The government decides what it is. And we can't just keep chattering like this amongst ourselves. It's creating a lot of confusion. I mean, look what's happening in Europe. They're having riots. See, you didn't hear about that because our media is making sure that you don't find out. So I guess they're kind of doing a good job here with keeping our reality in check. Facebook is going to ban claims about man-made COVID-19 and unsafe vaccines as it launches election-like campaign to promote vaccination. I don't know how they're going to do that exactly, because like the mainstream media reports on reactions. Oh, but it's true, they always conclude that it was just a coincidence. So I guess it's okay for that in the mainstream, but then you can't share it. Or maybe you can share it, but just don't say that you think it was a vaccine. I'm not sure how it works. Even if they don't violate any of the listed policies, posts about COVID-19 or vaccines will be subject to review by third-party fact checkers and labeled and demoted if rated false. Meanwhile, the company's head of health, Kang Jin, announced that Facebook, along with Instagram, WhatsApp, which it owns, will be running the largest worldwide campaign to promote authoritative information about COVID-19 vaccines. Facebook is giving $120 million in ad credits to health ministries, NGOs, and UN agencies to send out vaccines and health information to billions of people around the world, and providing data to inform effective vaccine delivery and educational efforts to build trust around vaccines. Boasting about removing more than 12 million pieces of content that contain misinformation that could lead to imminent physical harm, and successfully influencing millions of people around the world to wear masks. Jin said the company's focus in 2021 is to build trust and confidence in the vaccines using the same insights and best practices. So this is the guy who basically like marketed the masks to the public. Facebook is expanding the list of false and debunked claims about the coronavirus and vaccines that will be grounds for banning from the platform, while launching the largest authoritative vaccination campaign worldwide. Okay, so that's it. We might have a reality czar. That's going to help a lot. And also Facebook and all these things are going to make sure that our confidence increases. So there, if you didn't trust the New World Order before, you will shortly. So that's it, you guys. I'm still totally confused. I'm sure you are too. And that's pretty much all I can say about it because of that. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And thanks again for your support on Patreon. Don't forget to check out the link for this. There's more information there. And that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.